Hey everyone, Anneke Godlewski here, and it's another week of Maximum Storytelling. My name is Anneke Godlewski, another week of Maximum Storytelling. I wasn't sure if I was live or not on that last introduction, but thank you so much to all of you guys out there who are joining us, and thanks for listening in. This week, I wanted to chat about a really easy way to build connections with people in your circle, maybe people that you look up to and haven't really had the chance to actually meet in person, but perhaps that you would love to. So an easy way to reach out and build a connection with an author is by reading their book, obviously, but then also giving a review on that book. So many of us depend on the really great business books and marketing books and legal books out there for information, to grow our firms, to, just become a better person. So if you're going to take the time to read the book anyway, why not give props to the person who wrote, authored the book and gave you all the great information that you're applying to your business. So I have with me here just a stack of books that I'm going to make sure to do reviews about in 2021. And I thought that I would just kind of walk you guys through the process of how to create a really great video book review, and then what to do with it afterwards so that it builds that community that you're trying to engage with even bigger. We have, in no particular order, The Go-Giver by Bob Berg. We have Tiger Tactics by Go-Giver, for all of you guys want to see that. We have Tiger Tactics by Ryan McKean, Billy Tarasio, Billy Umansky, Teresa DeGray, and Jay Ruane, right there. We have Play Left Fullback by Ben Glass. The Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals by Nancy Cavey. One of my favorite people in the whole world, Don McClure, wrote Winning Your Texas Injury Case Against Greedy Insurance Companies. The Ultimate Guide to Social Media by Mitch Jackson and a long number of other contributing authors. The Ultimate Small Business Guide to Hiring Superstars by Jay Henderson. Hopefully the camera can pick it up there. And The Law Firm of Your Dreams, Say Goodbye to Your Boss, Say Hello to the Law Firm You've Always Dreamed of by John Fisher. So again, these are just books that I had around my office already, sitting on my bookshelf. But they're all people that I know, and people who have just given me so many words of wisdom, even outside of the books themselves, right? People who are just always ready to share their knowledge, to lend a piece, give a piece of advice, do favors, connect with, there's so many. Think of all of the great attributes of the people in your life who have also written books, and that can start a conversation about the book review that you're going to do. So when you do a video book review, first thing you're going to want to do on camera is the name of the book, right? Read the title out loud, obviously, but make it clear and concise, and even read whatever bylines they have right there on the cover. Obviously, you're going to mention the author, but if there are any other co-authors, make sure to mention them too, because that will help later on when you're going to share the video around. Give a brief synopsis of the book. Don't make it too long, maybe just a 3 to 5 minute, or even less than that, 2 to 3 minutes about, just a brief overview of what the book covers. And maybe pull out 1 or 2 of your favorite quotes from the book. And that can help also later on when you're sharing the video around, you'll have something to type out in the description. Another thing that is really important when you're doing a book review video is to write down 2 to 3 takeaways from the book, but also how you applied those to your own life. So, there might be really great lessons, but if you are able to make a connection and show your viewers, the viewers of the video, how you were able to use that information to either, benefit your personal life, or benefit, something going on in your business, or perhaps you were able to pass along that piece of advice to one of your kids or one of your colleagues. Using a real world example and kind of telling that story is also going to help make a difference as well. So after you have the video done, it's really important to, of course, put it on YouTube, because that's where all of our videos are going to be housed. But also, share that link on Twitter, and, talk about the video that you just made, put something on Instagram about it. On Facebook, sometimes it's best to upload that video naturally into Facebook instead of sharing the YouTube link. So, weigh your options there. Sometimes it's better to just upload the video directly to Facebook. But here's where the connections come in. Here's where the building the relationships come in. So you're going to want to make sure that you're already connected with the author on all the different social media platforms. So you're going to want to make sure that you're following that person on Twitter. You're going to want to either like their business page on Facebook or become their friend on Facebook. You're going to want to follow them on Instagram, and also subscribe to their YouTube channel, that author's YouTube channel as well. So make sure that you do all of these things while you're preparing when you're preparing all of your talking points for the video review, going through and making sure that you checked all those boxes on all of their different social media platforms is a great place to start. So then after you write out all of your talking points and you sit in front of the camera and you go through, the name, the author, the brief synopsis, 1 or 2 quotes from the book, your 2 to 3 takeaways, and how you applied them to your own life or to your own business, and thank them for those takeaways, and say, hey, I would really recommend this book to any people out there dealing with X, Y, or Z. You can reference those issues that you were able to improve based on the takeaways from the book, and just pretty much it's like giving them a 5-star review, except on camera. But after you have that video done, that's when you can go through and tag the author in all of those different places. Again, you don't have to reach out to the person and say, hey, look what I did for you, because that's not the point of what we're trying to do. But it does give them, it helps out the author. Plus it helps more people it helps more people be reached with the book. So that's what I'm planning on doing 2021. I have my whole stack of books here, but imagine how, Bob Berg is going to feel to be tagged in a video all about why his book is great. And, I have done this before already with Tiger Tactics, but, all of those other attorneys that spent a lot of time writing their books, it's going to mean a lot to them. And plus, they're getting really great feedback, which they can then in turn use as testimonials when they're trying to sell their book or trying to promote their book or trying to, get it in the hands of the people who need it. And I know that the people at home the people who are listening to this podcast aren't going to be able to see what I'm about to put on the screen, but I have talked about this before in a couple of different podcast episodes about having your children in videos. And I'll show you just quickly I'll show you quickly the video book reviews we did on Tiger Tactics and on John Fisher's first book, The Power of a System. So here we have my son, Bruce. He was 6 years old at the time. He did a review on Tiger Tactics. Now, again, as I mentioned in one of the previous podcast episodes, Bruce did not read Tiger Tactics. It was a little above his reading level at the time, but it was still a fun, cute way to get people to watch the video because, obviously they know that a child didn't read the book, but we still had Bruce say, some of the things that we as readers thought was beneficial about the book. So I'll make sure to put the link to this video in the comments so you guys can take a look at that. And don't be afraid to use your own kids to do this. It's kind of funny and it's, kind of quirky and fun. And then we also had Bruce do a review about The Power of a System by John Fisher. So, John loved it. Bill Umansky loved it. Jay Ruane loved it. Ryan McKean loved it. Like everybody just thought that it was really cute because it's a child talking about how awesome their book is. But again, those are just a couple of silly little ways that you could do a book review if you're a little nervous about doing it as an adult. As you can tell today, I'm just a little off my game, and I don't know. I really wish Bruce was doing my podcast episode for me today because I feel silly. Let's see here. Let me get back to my screen. Okay, so again, video book reviews, very, very easy way to connect with the people that you already know who wrote a book, but then also it's a great way to reach out to those, the people that wrote the books that you aren't already connected with, just some of the titles that really stuck with you, and maybe you have modeled your professional career after the advice that they've given you. So sit down and take your top 10 favorite books and take out 2 or 3 lessons from each one that you've applied to your life. And there's 10 videos right there. A lot of us have Audible subscriptions or Scribe subscriptions because we like to listen to books. Well, I always say books on tape, even though it's not books on tape anymore. They're audio books, but I like to listen to audiobooks because when I'm in the car, it's just something easy. I don't know. I tend to capture information a little bit better when it's in an audiobook versus reading. So, look through your Audible subscription and look at the past 5 or 10 books that you read. I know if there's anything different than your all-time favorite top 10 books, go ahead and, include those too. Even if you do 5 a week, you end up with quite a few over the course of the year, and you're reading the book anyway. Chances are you're going to be talking about what you learned in that book with people in your household or people at the office, or even, in some of the mastermind groups that you're a part of, or even in Maximum Lawyer or in the Maximum Lawyer Guild. All the people that are listening live right now, they're part of the Maximum Lawyer Guild. So again, if you already are discussing the lessons in that book, put yourself in front of a camera and it'll give you the opportunity to connect with all of those people. Especially if they're people that you would absolutely love to meet, but you don't really know how to get in front of them, or you don't have any other reason to reach out other than, hey, I'm a huge fan. Okay, well, they probably get a lot of quote unquote fan mail. So why don't you take it a step further and do a neat video review for them, and they will feel like they are on top of the world. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any recommendations about video book reviews, or if you want to share with me and Josh some of the great video book reviews that you've done in the past, definitely feel free to share those. We would love to hear them. And we hope that you take on this video book review challenge in 2021, just like we are.